Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. How are you all doing? I hope all of you are looking after yourselves and I hope all of you are staying safe. Welcome back to today's video. On today's video, I am going to be sharing with you some of my favorite audiobooks by Black authors. Now, when I was writing the list, I actually realized that all of these books are actually other autobiographies, so that is something to be aware of when you are watching this video. However, I do promise you that there will be a book in here that you absolutely love or a book that you have already read, and we can have a chat about it in the comments down below. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So I'm not gonna go into much details about the books. Book number one on my list is Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. If you have not, I repeat, if you have not heard of this book, then please, I beg you, go and research about this book. Go and buy this book or go in your local library and borrow this book. You will not be disappointed. This book is a 5 out of 5 for me. I absolutely love this book. Now, because I listened to it on Audible and Trevor Noah himself was the one who was reading it, I really felt like I was part of the whole experience. This book is beautifully written. You will learn so much about South Africa. You will learn so much about being born mixed race in South Africa. But overall, I think this book is a love letter to Trevor Noah's mom. This book will not be the same without this woman in that book. Honestly, this woman has strength and courage that I don't even know where she gets it from. Like, I'm not sure. I don't know. But if you've read the book, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, then you need to go and read the book. I absolutely love this book. This book has a special place in my heart. I heard that it was also going to be made into a film. Fingers crossed that it actually happens, because I will be the first one there to watch that film. This book made me cry tears of joy, tears of sadness, and you know, it's a good book when you don't want it to end. I did not want this book to end. When I finished listening to this book, I was like, there has to be more. There has to be more. I feel like Trevor Noah needs to write a follow-up book to this book. That's how much I love this book. That's how much I will recommend this book to anybody that asks me about it. Whenever I see somebody reading this book, I just smile. I smile because I know what they're in for and I know they're not going to be disappointed. Honestly, I don't know if I am over exaggerating and I'm just a big fan of Trevor Noah, but if you've read the book, please comment down below and let me know what you thought of it, because I absolutely love it. It's a 5 out of 5 for me. Definitely go check out Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. Second on my list is Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Now, I am definitely not going to go into much details about this book because I have actually already talked about it in one of my videos. I will link that video down below. That video is called 6 Books That Changed My Life. But I am going to say this book literally changed my life. If you are looking for a book to help your mind, to conquer your mind, to really learn about the mind, definitely check this book out. You will not be disappointed. What David Goggins wrote about his life is actually phenomenal. It's incredible. The things that he went through to get to where he is like, when you are reading it or listening to it, you will think it's actually humanly impossible to do that, to go through those things and still be standing. But he did, and he's still standing. Honestly, you will not be disappointed. But I will say that although as much as I love this book and I found it life-changing, I do think that this book might be a guy's book. I feel like you really have to be sort of into like maybe personal growth and personal development to sort of really get the benefit of the story and of the book. But I absolutely love this book. It's one of my favorites. I do go back to it and again whenever I'm like, my mind is like wandering and it's not, you know. So I'll definitely recommend that book as well. Go check that book out. Number 3 on my list is We Are Going to Need More Wine by Gabrielle Union. Oh my goodness. You know, we all have friends and sisters or just people in general we feel comfortable with. You can walk into a room or you go to a restaurant and you sit down like a group of you or friends or just you and your friend, and you are literally talking about life. You are talking about growing up. You are talking about the hardness of life, of being a woman, of surviving some horrific things. This book is that book. When I was listening to this book, I honestly felt like I was sitting across with my friends and we were literally talking about life and sharing our life stories, and it was beautiful. This book made me cry, tears of joy, tears of happiness, everything into one. I feel like there is certain people that will relate to this book and maybe others that will not relate to it. I wouldn't say this is a book for like teenagers, definitely for adults, but this is very much a book about finding yourself and conquering your struggles in life and things that you've been through and actually coming out the other side. Is a book that you'll feel like you are talking to your friends or sisters. You'll feel like your friend or sister is talking to you about life and you want to give advice, and they're giving you advice about life, about having kids, about love, about death, about happiness, about being a woman. It's honestly an incredible book. I loved it so much and I will 100% recommend it. Book number 4 on the list, What I Know for Sure by Oprah Winfield. This book I have also talked about in my other video, 6 books that changed my life, so go check that video out. I'll link it down below, and I talked about that book in there. This book absolutely changed my life. I love Oprah. I feel like everything Oprah says is wisdom, like she's just wisdom. She's just talking and you're literally listening, and this book did not disappoint at all. It's one of my favorite books and it's so tiny as well. I listened to it on Audible. Obviously all of these books I listened to on Audible, but I also bought a physical copy of it because I wanted to have it. It's such a tiny book. You can go back to it again and again, and it's just Oprah sharing her life journey, her life stories, and you see how she came to be Oprah. And if you are somebody who loves Oprah and you have never heard of this book, definitely go check this book out. You will not be disappointed. I absolutely love it. Book number 5 on the list is The Last Unicorn by Tiffany Haddish. This book. This book, first of all, can I say that I think I relate to this book a lot. Before listening to this book, I did not know Tiffany Haddish's stories. I learned about Tiffany Haddish from a movie called Girls Trip. The movie called Girls Trip. That is when I first saw her and I first knew of her. But before that, I did not know who she was. And I was, scrolling through my audio, looking for a new listen and all of this. And that book came up and I was very, the picture itself is, obviously I'm gonna insert the book somewhere here. The book cover is very inviting. The title got me and I was like, The Last Black Unicorn. I was like, what is that about? And obviously, I love the movie Girls Trip. I absolutely love it. I laughed. It was so funny. I love that film. So when I saw The Last Black Unicorn and her on the cover, I was like, oh, okay, let me listen and, find out what this whole book is about. Guys, I was not disappointed. I was not disappointed. I learned so much about this woman's life. I always say, if you want to be successful in life, or if you have a dream or a passion or something, definitely for me anyway, because I love reading and listening to books, I think reading is the way to go, because you find out so much about what people have been through and how they have actually come out on the other side. And that's why I love reading autobiographies. Just love them because you learn, and people want to share their stories, they want to share their journeys so other people can read them and actually improve their own lives. And that's why I love those type of books. So obviously with The Last Black Unicorn, This one as well made me cry. It made me cry, it made me laugh, because she is a comedian, she's hilarious. She's the one that was reading the audiobook, and it was absolutely beautifully written, and it was so authentic, it was so real. She was real and honest about her struggles, about her life, and one of my favorite books as well. But honestly, I love this book, The Last Black Unicorn by Tiffany Haddish. Lastly but not leastly, number 6, Let Love Have the Last Word by Common. As you guys know, I've been listening to this book and I had to have it on here. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but all I can say is I absolutely love this book. I'm going to talk more about it on my recent reads video, which will be coming out at the end of this month. So I'll definitely go in more details about this book, but all I've got to say right now is amazing. So guys, that is the end of the video. Those are some of my favorite audiobooks by Black authors. I hope there is a book in here that you have read already or listened to, or you are thinking of getting but you are not sure, and hopefully I have convinced you to go ahead and get it. So thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, like this video so that I know you liked it, and I'll see you in my next video. Lots of love. Mwah! Bye.